Hello friends, it's Kristine Vicenti with Queen City Stamp Art, and I'm back today with a clean and simple card, this time showcasing the Eden's Garden bundle. And I had mentioned in a video that I did earlier this week that showcased this whole new product bundle that's going to be coming early. It's an early release. You're welcome to go back and look at my videos and see the product showcase that I did featuring these products, as well as some of the papers, which are really beautiful. I thought I would use this set to make a card this week. So we're going to do a jump into a nice, clean, and simple card, but then I have a bumped up card to show you at the end. So let's get going. We're going to be using the stamp set here. We're going to use one of the sentiments and then this little sprig here to create the card for today. We're also going to be using some of the dies. We're going to use the little sprig die for this card, but the bumped up version will use this nice border die as well as this panel right here and the sprig. So we're adding a few more layers to the bumped up version. And then I'm also going to be using a little label from the Ornate Frames dies. Now these dies were featured a couple years ago, I think maybe last year's holiday catalog, as part of the Halloween products, included in the Halloween products in one of the bundles. But this is a beautiful label die set that creates just gorgeous labels for your sentiments on your card projects. And so I chose this pretty label to use on the card for today. So the kit is really, really simple. It's basically a white base card and a strip of the Pretty Designer Series paper. We're going to add that label, the sentiment, onto that label, and then I cut a couple of sprigs. And the color combination for this card is very, very serene. It's soft succulent and crumb cake are the card, the colors we're going to be using. So I'm going to open up my soft succulent ink pad, and I'm just going to ink up the image, and I'm going to stamp a couple of sprigs on my base card here, just like that. And then I'll do one here as well. And then we're going to take this strip of Designer Series paper and place it over the little sprigs that I stamped. And I'm just going to kind of give it about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. Then we're going to take our sentiment and our crumb cake ink pad, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment on this little panel. Just like that. And then we're going to use some dimensional adhesive to pop this up. Just like that. And then we're going to use some regular, I think I'll just use a few dots of wet adhesive. And I'm just going to tuck these little sprigs underneath the sentiment panel to add some interest. This is a really simple, easy card, obviously. Just like that. And then to decorate this one, I'm using the Genial Gems because they're really pretty. They have the soft succulent color plus this beautiful sort of pale gold, and that really coordinates beautifully with this suite of product. So I'm just going to add a couple of these for some interest. I'll put one down here. And then to finish this card, I thought I would take my corner rounder here, my little corner chomper on the 1/4 inch setting, and I'm just going to lay the top corner in there and just round that top corner. I just like how that looks, that finished look for the card. And then now I have this beautiful note card that I can send to a friend that says hello there. So that's kind of the clean and simple version. I also did kind of a bumped up version. And let me show you that one. So this is the bumped up. And this version incorporates some extra layers. So as I mentioned, I cut the border die So I use this border die to cut this piece, and then I use this little sentiment panel here, this layer panel, and then I included the same sentiment panel, but I put it on top of this other one. I did one extra sprig, but the basic layout of the card is the same, it's just a bit bumped up. Another thing I did was I took my blends marker, and it probably is hard to see on the sample unless I bring it closer. You might see a little speckling of dots on here. What I did was I took my light crumb cake blends marker, and I took the lid off and I flicked some of the color and splattered kind of the base card just to add another layer of color and interest to this design. So I hope you like the card for today and the bumped up version. I showed my son these two, and my son picked the bumped up version as his favorite. I really like them both for different reasons, but I do love incorporating the extra layer. Another way to incorporate a layer that would be a little bit more subtle is to do like a tone on tone. So doing a white layer here would actually be lovely. You could see the texture of it, but it wouldn't be as much color. So it's kind of fun to explore and kind of play around with it. But I thought I would show both versions just in case you wanted a more stepped up version of this card. So thanks so much for watching today. I appreciate it. If you need any supplies, the October host code is still open. It will be open through October 28th. And I appreciate your orders. Thanks so much.